All right, people. Game of Thrones season 8, episode 2, spoiler talk. Now, it starts off with Jaime in the Winterfell Hall, and it just goes for it. Basically, the trial is very similar to Littlefinger, and that everybody's surrounding him, and he's basically on trial. And you got Daenerys being full Targaryen, like talking about her brother and everything they would do to the person that killed their father and drove them from their lands, and yada yada, and how he sat in the throne while his blood spilled out and stuff like that. And it's a really good moment. Tyrion comes to his brother's aid, but Brienne is the cool one in this one. Stands up for him, puts her neck on the line, and it was really cool. This is one of Sansa, in my opinion's best moments so far, probably for a while. Is that she backs up Brienne. She's in front of the queen, like she stands up. She's like, then we should believe him. It doesn't even look for her permission or approval. Which was cool, and they forgive him. And from there, you got Jaime going out and talking to Brienne and asking to serve under her, which is really cool. And then he has a little reunion with his brother, which is always good. They have a nice little banter back and forth and some callbacks, which is good. And then you have, fast forwarding, there's another great scene with Jaime and Brienne, and he's like, any night can night another night. And so he's kneel and be knighted. She gets knighted, and that smile she gets is like pure joy from a character that's all business. So that was a great scene. Going into that scene, part of that scene, Tormund. I don't know if anybody's ever done a better job at bringing I don't know, kind of creepy but funny. You just can't stop watching him. He's a fantastic character, and I can't wait to see what happens to him. I hope he's a survivor. We'll see. That was really good. And speaking of him, let's take a minute and enjoy some of the great memes that came out this week that involved him. Speaking of creepy, let's just go into it. Arya gets her weapon and has a moment with the Hound, which is funny. He's always good on the screen. He's a great actor. And then she goes to meet Gendry, and it's getting a little awkward. And then my wife and I are looking at each other, and we're like, "Oh, this is weird. This is awkward." But we're like, "Well, they'll cut away. They'll cut away." They're not cutting away. Oh, it's like watching your sister, and it's very awkward. Yeah, very awkward. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's awkward. Anyway, um, moving on to another young lady that's awesome is Lyanna Mormont. She is seen inside the castle getting ready to go out and fight, and you got Jorah trying to talk her out of going because she's the head of the house and stuff like that. And she's like, "Look, I'm over the age. I'm going. It is what it is. Good luck, cousin." And he's like, "Okay." So can we just talk about how the true BA of this show is that character, Lyanna Mormont? Wow. Especially for her age, and just she dominates every scene she's in. She's phenomenal. Love that character. So then moving on to we have a moment with Daenerys and Sansa, and they're trying to get along. She's trying to bury the hatchet, get her on her side, and everything's going well. She's like holding hands. What about the North? And she's like, what about it? She's like, we've been through a lot. We don't want to bow to anybody anymore. What about the North? And Saved by the Bell, it gets ended. But yeah, it's not going to go well. The very strong character is very strong-willed, and you can see that Daenerys is throne drunk. She wants that throne. She wants everybody out of her way. I think that possible spoiler. I mean, this is just me, my predictions. I think that Sansa will end up ruling Winterfell, and I think actually Daenerys is going down next episode. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think next episode you're going to see the prince that was promised. I think you're going to see Jon out there. He's going to have that flaming sword. Sunshines, rainbows, lightning bolts, all that's going to happen. And yeah, I think you're going to see it next episode. I think with Dany's attitude, how she's just very going into Targaryen mode and just trying to put her foot down on everybody. I just think they're writing her out of the show. I think that they're not that you're not going to feel bad when she dies. I just feel like they're kind of writing her out. And Jon, who never wanted the throne and is just doing his best for everybody and has everybody else's interest, I think they're going to put him on there. But a side prediction of mine would also be that Tyrion ends up taking the throne with Jaime by his side. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Going from Sansa, we have a great reunion with Theon. And it's really cool to see them reconnect. You got Sansa crying, and they end up eating together, and then from there, Theon is in the room with the battle strategies that's happening and stuff like that, and he says that I'll protect Bran. So he's trying to make up for the wrongs that he's done, which is great. His character arc is fantastic because, you go from a character who's just kind of whiny and annoying. And you understand why, to then he goes to a villain, then he gets tortured and you feel bad for him, and now here he is trying to do right, but he's still kind of messed up. So I think he'll probably end up going down, but he's a great character, absolutely great character. Also in the throne room, I like how they touched on it, but they kind of went through it pretty quickly. That he's like, the Night King is one controlling him. So if we get him, we get them all, or it might mess him up. So you saw earlier in the past seasons that if you kill the one that makes all of them, they all drop. So, and I hate that personally. I think it's lazy writing. I think it's the vampire effect, basically. I don't like that. It's a little too neat and easy, and especially because I think this is only going to be one episode of the Night King attacking Winterfell. I think you're going to get a lot of casualties. I think a lot of stuff's going to go down. But I think it's going to be one episode. You're going to kill the Night King, and that's going to be done. So you see White Walkers the first episode, and this whole time has been building for this one fight. I mean, there's other things that's happening, but I mean, yeah, it's all building for one episode. I'm going to say you get one episode. We only have 4 episodes left, so yeah. I mean, not that it's not going to be an epic episode. I would assume it's going to be on the greatness of Battle of the Bastards, but we'll have to wait and see it. I think it will be bigger than Battle of the Bastards, but we'll have to wait and see. The Night Watch reunion was cool, with him and Sam and the new head of Castle Black, Lord Commander, whatever his name is. If you know his name, comment below. I'd appreciate it, but I mean I could look it up, but nobody knows. You had to look it up too. And then at the end, I did not call this. I had a predictions to this episode before the Saturday or whatever it was, before this episode dropped, that I didn't think Jon would tell Dany, because there's no reason. The Night King and the Walkers are at the gates. There's no reason to tell Dany, but he does it anyway. And I do like how she's almost like a lawyer. She's like, your best friend and your brother told you this, and you just believed him? He's like, it's true, Dany. It's true, Dany. And she's like, oh, that would make you the real heir. And it's just, that was her first concern, was the throne. Like, oh, really? So you think you should take the throne? Which, once again, another option I think is very possible is that they just get together, get married, and squash it and don't tell anybody else and just keep it a secret, and then they move on with their lives with each other, because Daenerys really doesn't kind of want kids, and neither does Jon. So, yeah, I mean, not that they can't have kids and be happy and whatnot, but I just think to them, they love each other, and that's all that matters, and they're Targaryens, and it goes, so who cares? So anyway, those are some of my predictions. So comment below and let me know if you think that Jaime or Brienne will end up with Jaime or Tormund. Which one you like her to end up with, or if she ends up with either of them. Because you can definitely tell Jaime rolls up on scene like, look, I just broke up with my ex. I'm a free agent. Been with the same gal since the womb. I'm up for anything. But he's not going to say anything. She's not going to say anything. So who knows? It's like a high school drama. But anyway, if you like what we're doing here, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and make sure and click the notification bell so you can get some more R&R. The first person to comment, Caleb, is a Game of Thrones scrub. I'll give a shout out in our endgame video, which should be coming soon. Back with more videos. JK out.
Dun 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 dun